Alright folks, this video is a follow-up to the video I did where I went out on the lake after being gone for 3 months to try to find fish. I didn't find them in that video, but I do in this one.
At Gastonia, it was partly sunny. The temperature was 40 degrees. At Greensboro, it was cloudy with a temperature of 33.
Alright guys, back after on day 2. If you saw part 1, went out yesterday, did a lot of looking. First time I've been on the lake in about 3 months. And did a lot of looking and set up, made one drift, a long drift about a mile long, caught one fish. So I moved to the lower part of the lake. Gonna do some exploring down here and see what I can find in a little deeper water. Seeing a lot of this on the screen, guys. Not sure what that is. I'm gonna drop down a perch rod and see if it's perch. Yeah, that's looking like perch there. We're gonna find that real quickly here. Boom. Yep. That didn't take long. Loaded with them. Freshen up our bait supply. It's not what we're after, but it's bait for one, and two, a lot of these catfish, this is what they're feeding on this time of the year. So if you're around them, you're not in a bad place. What I'm doing down here, I've got out 4 planer bores, 6 rods total, so I'm covering probably a 65, 70 foot area here with these planer boards. I'm covering a lot of water, trying to figure out where these fish are, just trying to eliminate a lot of stuff. So far it ain't working. And one interesting factoid, water's about 50 degrees right now. And I got a reminder on Facebook this morning that 2 years ago, I was fishing this exact same day. I remember the day clearly, brought a buddy out here. I hadn't done any real fishing for catfish before. I think he caught a 32, 28, several teeners. And the thing about it was, we're sitting in shorts. The picture of him, as I catch a perch here, he was sitting in shorts and a t-shirt. I remember it being very warm that day, and that was in the back of a creek. So, thinking about that and wondering, were the fish in the back of that creek just because it was warm? Or were the fish in the back of that creek because this is where they're at this time of the year? Perch there. So, I'm making this drift out here at the mouth of the creek, which happens to be the exact same creek I caught those fish in. So we're going to make this a long pull. I'm taking it all the way to River Channel. It's probably going to be a mile long drift out here. It's probably going to take an hour and a half to do it because I'm only doing about 0.4 across the water. Water, like I said, it's 50 degrees. It's cold, so I'm not expecting the bite to be on fire. I think it's going to be a little bit of reluctance with these fish. That's just the nature of the beast with it being this cold. Boom. So meanwhile, to pass the time, I'm going to catch some perch for the bait tank and for some buddies. Deuces. Everybody knows what deuces means in the perch world. Yeah, I'm going to load up some bait and we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep, this is just part of the thing this time of the year. It's real tough. And this is where confidence comes in. Confidence in what you're doing. If you don't fish out here a lot and don't know the lake, or not just here, it's any lake, you don't get some fish, you're going, dang, I'm in the wrong place, I'm doing something wrong, I don't know what I'm doing. But I know enough about these water temperatures this time of the year. We're a little bit colder than normal. We're not even at Christmas yet. And these I think some slightly cooler temperatures, not dramatically. Seems like we should be in the mid 50s. So the fact that we're down 50 degree marks, pretty chilly. We can find fish. We'll crack the code here eventually and get on some. Alright guys, been dragging here for about an hour. Not a single bite. I've covered a lot of water. Not seen a lot of fish. So that's telling me these suckers are either in the river channel up ahead or they're in the back of the creek, because I'm not marking a lot of stuff out here. Alright, I had a planer board come loose. See if I got a catfish on here. Yeah, he is on there. It's weird bite. He did not slam it over. Hit it, rod twitched a few times. I got that shot. Feels heavy, but he may be wrapped. It's odd. There he is. Decent looking fish. Teener. Take him. A lot of mud on them. It's never a good sign for a good bite. Just pooped out a mussel shell. A lot of mud on them though. A lot of mud. Right there's what came out of it. That's what you're eating. Show you what that one hit. A little something different. I had some heavier baits on here. That's not a big one, but I needed more floating action. So I put this little cork on there. I don't know if it made a difference or not, but it made a difference on this fish. I caught it. Alright, I got all the rods in. You think that fish would be a confidence builder, but it's not. That lethargic bite, the mud on it, I'm moving. I don't know if I'm moving. I can't decide. Can't decide if I want to do the river channel or the back of the creek and try it. There should not be anything in the back of the creek right now. There should not be anything in the back of the creek. Let's ride to the back of the creek and see what's back there. Alright folks, I just got to know, are they back here? So, I came to the back of the creek, anchored up. Decided to anchor up. I'm about 8 feet of water. I'm going to sit here for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll know if they're here or they're not by then. I just had to check it off my list. There were some birds back here when I got here. There was some bait and some arches when I rode in. So, it's a process of elimination. I'm eliminating stuff. Alright folks, I gave these baits a good long soak. I ate a sandwich. I made 2 or 3 phone calls. And I had a few peanuts. Usually I get interrupted on one of those things. Not today. So anyway, in all seriousness, it at least eliminates this. I was just curious. So now I'm down to either going back deep, river channel, or dragging and drifting this out. I think I'm going to try the river channel just to see. I've just eliminated water, and so far, very unproductive. I've kept the skunk out of the boat each day, but I haven't found anything to build any confidence on. Came back out here to the river channel. Wind shifted a little bit. Kind of messed up our drift, blowing us into the bank real quick, so I was going to drag this out a little bit further and then reset, but coming up out of the channel I got hit. I don't think it's a monster, but happy to catch a fish. If I can pop it loose here in the water. If not, he's coming in the boat. Another one with a lot of mud. And that's generally a sign you're going to have lethargic fish and a slow bite. Up onto his head. A lot of mud on him. Just rolling all my lines in, and I think I may actually have a fish on one of these. Albeit a small one. Feels like it. Feels like a very small fish. Get this planter board off. I'm not really concerned about losing this fish. Yeah, there's a fish. On the rattle. 3 for 3 on rattles today. Old Hooker's terminal tackle rattles I like. It's the 3rd one on the rattle today. All right, folks, I don't know what was going on this trip, but the rattles were making a difference. I'll put a link down in the section below where you can get those rattles from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. But it made a difference. Maybe it was because it was a lethargic bite. The fish were laid up in the mud. This was just enough to aggravate them. But normally, when I've been tracking the bites with the rattles, it's been around 65%, somewhere right in there. Come on, rattles. Versus those that are not on rattles. Today, it was like 90% on this trip. So they definitely make a difference and are definitely something you need to have in your arsenal when you go fishing for catfish. Hooked up. Again, adjacent to the river channel. Seems to be where all the biting fish are hiding at lately. But this is where the fish are hanging out. Another one. Got some mud, not as much mud, but still has some mud on them. It's usually a sign of inactive fish. Not as bad. Small one. I think I may actually have a good bite this time. That one actually went over pretty good. It's on one of the planers. Just got set up. I came back across the river channel, got over here onto a flat, and started dragging. Nice. Decent fish, it feels like. Be another, maybe we'll get into that 10-12 pound class fish. This may be the code, folks. I may have cracked the code here. So what I did after I caught those first fish, I've just made a couple of more pulls across, drifting with the wind. I got a drift sock out to slow me down. And just drifting diagonally across the river channel. Not a monster, but we'll take it. Guess what, folks? Oh, there he is. Nice fish. How much that weigh? Yeah, about 12 pounds. Another 12 pounder. We've got a bunch of them covered in mud again. Good fish. Get that one released in the water. Alive. And guess what? Another rattle from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. What are we up to? 6 out of 8 now? Is that right? Went over and came back up. Let's see if it's still buttoned. Yeah, I felt a head shake. Yeah, I feel a head shake. Yeah, the planer board went down below the surface, which could be a snag. But reeled on it, felt a head shake. That's a good sign. Another one about 12 pounds. There he is. Nice 12 pounder. Got some mud on them, like they all do. Something about this side of the boat they like. I don't know what's up with that today. I'll take it. I may have another rod going off. Boat's barely moving now. I think that's a better fish. Yep. A little bit better. 15 pounds. A lot of mud on him. Good fish. least alive, baby. That's the way to go. Like I said, I knew every rod on this side of the boat had rattles. So there's another one. All right, folks, we didn't get any monsters, but we put a few in the boat on this trip at least. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like these videos, please hit subscribe. And if you want to be notified when the new videos come out, just hit that little bell symbol up there. They'll send a little message out to you on your phone or on your computer. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the water.